Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is AutoFly and I'm Gautam Heble. In my last video, I spoke about how this car was damaged due to a flood and heavy rainfall. In case you haven't checked it out, I'll link it into this video. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon for notifications. So, the first point, obviously, is avoid driving through a huge flood. I know this is a very obvious point, but I still wanted to say it and mention it as the first point because, I know people know this, but you think that your car can do it, even though this is a crossover, it's got high ground clearance, but still, it's a car, so you should avoid driving through floods as much as possible. But in the case you cannot avoid it, that brings me to my second point. The second point is stop and assess. Okay, look at the flood, see the level of the water, check everything. In case you can't tell what the level is, obviously, because it's a huge flood and you can't say where the ground is, but you can look at other cars. So other cars or a bus, you get some idea, and from that you can gauge whether your car can go through it or not. Now, all cars are designed to go through certain amount of water. Say till half the wheel safely, and more than that, it becomes a little risky because if you look closely, the wheel level is here, and the rest of the engine. So I'll just open the bonnet. So if I open this up, so this is the engine level and that's the wheel. So here the wheel is still here, so already you're covering quite a bit of the engine, including the electronics and a lot of other stuff. The battery is up high, so that's still okay. But another main issue is the air box. So the air inlet is from here. So you see this? So all engines require air to go into it, obviously. So if you see here, this is the inlet for the air. You may not be able to see it on camera, but this is a very important point. So if your water crosses this level, water is going directly into your engine, which is the worst possible thing you can have happening to your car. So that is a very important point. Stop, assess, and check the height of the water. The next point, which is point number 3, is make sure you're driving slow and in your first gear. If it's a manual, then your first gear. If it's an automatic, try to stay in the first or the second gear. Obviously, if you can control it, but if you can't, don't accelerate too much, so you're in low revs. Okay, with that, there's a lower chance of water going in from here into the engine, and also a lower chance of you hitting the water at a very high speed, which then completely ruins everything. And also it stops water from entering into your exhaust pipe. So that brings me to point number 4, is which continue revving your engine. So in case you're in the water and it's really deep and you feel like things are getting bad and water is really high, rev your engine a little. So put it in neutral, rev a little, then continue driving. So this will stop the water from entering into your exhaust pipe, which is like the worst possible thing you can hope for, and that somehow can creep into your exhaust system and your engine, which is again very bad. Now, another point which I would like to mention is, if this happens and you go through a flood, immediately come back and check your car. Just basic. You may not be an expert, but you can do basic site checks as your brakes. So make sure somehow you dry these brakes, because if you see, because of the flood damage, the brakes have rusted. So that is a very important point. Avoid this. Secondly, clean up in case water has seeped into your cabin like this. Clean up this as soon as possible, because it will cause fungus and other problems. And if things cannot be controlled and go out of hand, immediately call a mechanic and get it fixed immediately. And don't let your car lie like this, because you never know what else could happen. Rust, electronic failure, and a lot of other major problems which could total your car also if you don't if you don't take care. And yeah, so that's it. So thank you for watching, and again, please like and subscribe, it'll be awesome. And also turn on the notifications so you know whenever I post a video next. Thank you.